So here I am, I'm back with a brand new video in response to my previous video that I posted about the Pulse shooting in Orlando. Yeah, in Orlando. And I attended a visual Vail, I think, Vail Vig. It was basically a place at Stonewall in Manhattan to pay respects to the victims, and it was emotionally intense because of the fact that there were so many people of so many backgrounds, people of color, transgender people, and people who were like LGBT, gay, lesbian, bisexual, etc. And at first there was like a lot of security because like the mayor was there, and like apparently Nick Jonas was there and he spoke, and just like there was so much at once. So and then like there were barricades, so it kind of felt even more intense because like they're closing people in, and just like yeah. Around the end of the visual or the tribute, I suppose, some people started shouting like theater names, and because like it was like past, because it was from like 2 in the afternoon to like 10 at night, and they weren't like saying the victims' names, they weren't like speaking about them at all, they were just speaking about like hope and like prosper and like moving forward, but it's like you're not really focusing on the issue at hand. Like, yeah, it's good to move on as a community, but what happened was about these people specifically, and then they finally got to speak in their names, and that's like other like disruptions and like other like disagreements between people. And I was there with my good friend Aiden and my teacher Michelle and her wife, and I was having a lot of emotion at once because I was still like, I guess, angry and so sad and grieving over what was happening, and like all the news outlets that were coming back and forth trying to get like recordings and like visuals and pictures and all that. And I was just like yeah, it's good to capture moments, it's good to also be aware of moments and be informative, but it was like I feel like all the cameras and the photographers and the news outlets just felt like it was for just show. It wasn't there for people to really grieve and like understand, like just have a moment for themselves. And I think that, I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, it's good that we have all this coverage to like keep track of what's happening, but at the same time, with so much coverage is also bringing a lot of attention, and maybe it's not in the best method, I guess. I guess I'm trying to say is that, you know, after I heard about what happened with Orlando Pulse, and like I kind of was really shocked, and I was still shocked a couple days afterwards, and that led to me cutting my hair like that same day. And I'm actually regretting cutting my hair because now I'm just cold all the time, and it's gonna take me a while to grow it back out. But yeah, like people say it's nice, or like they were in shock, like, oh, why'd you cut it? And it's just, I cut it because I wasn't feeling well emotionally, and I knew that if I just didn't do anything for myself personally, then it was gonna bottle up more. So cutting my hair was a way for me to relieve all that intense emotions, I guess. And like people keep touching my hair now because it's cut, and I don't like that. But like, I mean, it's not that it bothers me a lot. It's just like I cut my hair. It's not that big of a deal. I also painted my nails purple. My friend painted them, correction, and they're nice. And yeah, I'm just taking it day by day, I guess. And the ice cream truck is outside. It's nice. Anyway, so yeah, aside from Pulse, I'm going to be actively involved in my GSA the next couple of days. So doing a couple things like the sex ed department. We're also doing like a field trip and like other things like the chancellor and stuff. And I'm very excited for that. And I feel like, you know, these little steps we take are gonna really help us, like as a community, whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's like very well known. That was my phone. Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, just really like building as a community and like moving forward. Like it's okay to grieve, it's okay to be angry and be upset and even want vengeance at some point, but it's more important to like rebuild from like the ground up and know exactly how we want to move forward, and let's like push for like more laws and like stricter like background checks for guns, and just really knowing how to push forward with this issue, because I think this is far from over. It's very, very like just began, and I think this, sad to say, but this is something that is going to spark a lot of people's interests, political feelings, political views, etc. And I think the way to really move forward is to, one, have stricter gun control laws, because the fact, because people have been pulling experiments where they see how long it would take to purchase a gun within certain states or within like Orlando, Florida, and it's like it would take like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and just like that's ridiculous. And I just watched the video on BuzzFeed about like gun laws around the world, and it's like citizens should not have access to guns unless they are permitted to, unless they have training for it, unless they have a background check for it. That's how I feel personally. And I think this whole thing where like America can have all these guns and anyone can access it, and it's just like, no, because all these guns and no regulations on them is causing all these massacres, it's causing all these suicide rates, it's causing all this chaos within the country. And then people are quick to be like, oh, well, this tragedy was so unfortunate. No, you're leading to this tragedy because you're not placing restrictions on things. It's like if someone has a food allergy, but then you still allow them to get that food like in their possession, and you know they're gonna harm themselves. Like, no, you not give access to things that you know are gonna put people in harm's way. In the argument of that, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. No, guns are made to fucking kill people. That's how they were built. That is how they were designed. That is how they were operated to do. Just like how a TV is meant to play a certain like picture with like sound and motions. That's what it's made for. It's made for that specific function. And guns are made to kill people. It's made to kill a certain objective. It's made to do something that is going to bring harm. And I just think that stricter gun laws are the way to go, whether it's permanently like taking people's guns away or just, you know, more stricter background checks. And just like America needs to get its shit together, because in less than 6 months probably we're going to have a whole new president. Probably even less than that. We're going to have a whole election that's going to lead to a new president. And just like, honestly, the whole thing of like who's like what's gonna happen with like the debates and like, oh, Trump is gonna wanna take away people's rights more, and then like Hillary, it's like, oh well, I'm all for like the queers. Just like, it's like as long as it's a candidate that can like support people's rights and make sure that people are safe, that is what matters. And I'm going off topic at the moment, so I'm going to end it here. So yeah, basically just a recap and a update of how I'm feeling about the whole tragedy that happened, how I personally dealt with it, because I did talk to my school and we did hold a visual for ourselves, some Instagram, I'll link it below, and we also put together, you know, poems, and like you wrote down notes and put it on the wall. And yeah, so basically cut my hair out of anger and intense emotions. I've been keeping myself busy with internships and all that. I've talked to friends, I've been writing, I've been blogging and stuff, so yeah. And basically stricter gun laws in America, please, 2016 and beyond, because like I just hate the fact that like, now where I want to go to a safe space, there are law enforcement there waiting with like rifles, and it's just like, yeah, we have protection, but it's like we shouldn't need that type of protection of all things. And yeah, it's good up. So until next time, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on gun control in America, and what do you think America should do about it, because this shit is fucking ridiculous.